the Payne County SOS group.
Okay. Stu Preston, same. All right. So thank you last week, commissioners, for giving us a draft of your decommissioning proposal to go to the legislature. And we immediately, 8 days ago, formed an ad hoc committee and began discussing it and back and forth. You may have heard the story about the committee that set out to design a perfect mouse. And they had a draft, they made a little sketch, and then the committee started to look at the mouse and they said, you know, maybe this tail's a little long, that could be a hazard. Maybe the ears could be bigger so it could hear better. Maybe the legs could be more substantial so it could do things. And maybe we could fix the nose a little bit. And by the time the committee finished their work, they looked and they designed a perfect elephant. So we did that this past week. We've designed the perfect elephant. And then Kathy and I guess by default, got chosen to try to determine this body's intent with that proposal. And we finally came to the conclusion that you've done almost a perfect job already. So we've already given you a copy of it. We've made, I think the only changes really substantive at all are we added battery energy storage and we added water as one of the things with the data centers. Okay. But other than that, we think what you designed in the first place is really good. So good. Thank you guys. Hopefully you will enact it. Something very similar to what we've all done, and we'll be behind you at the legislature. Sounds good.
Hey, I just wanted to mention one thing we didn't include, and it's something that the commission brought up on occasion, which is marijuana industry. And we didn't add it to it, but we just wanted to point out that we did not do that. So in case you want to think about that as a separate resolution or in addition to this at some future point, we just want to bring that out.
Okay. Thank you.
Great job.
Thank you. Any other miscellaneous items from the audience?
Oh, sorry.
You forget.
State your name for the record.
It's Dustin Revis, spelled R-E-A-V-I-S. I'm coming before you today, and I'm trying to organize 1,000 thoughts that I've had over the last week. I'm coming today because I live over on McElroy on Shamrock Lane, which is just past Sanger to the west. It's a little housing addition there between Sanger and the Catholic Church. They have the little housing addition, and then there's other houses kind of scattered throughout that area there along Sanger Bend. What has happened is there was a property that sits right behind our property line on the south side of our addition that was owned by Jack and Jodelle Stout. And they have since passed away, and the property has moved into the hands of their son. And a lot of development has started back there. A lot of earthwork has started happening back there. A lot of heavy machinery is back there. And so I found out through talking to the guys that were operating that machinery that the son's plan is to put in an RV park back there, a minimum 30 spots, possibly more, depending on how it all is organized out. So that's a major concern for me as property owner that's immediately adjacent to that plant thing. I started calling around to the county. I talked to Ms. Markham and Mr. Conley. I didn't get a chance to talk to you, but to find out if you guys knew anything about it, which you had not heard anything about it. I called the city, and the only thing that the city had heard about anything like this is outside of city limits, so they wouldn't necessarily, but there are some things like water, and they had gotten notified that that a request for a water nobody knew anything about this. No plat has been filed anywhere that anybody can find. Ms. Markham checked with the county assessor's office. They didn't know anything, although they flagged it now, apparently,
Yes.
so that when if a request for addresses comes in, that they'll have a heads up on that. But there's a number of concerns there. The fact that an RV park of that size, if it's full, the water demand out there for that is going to affect all of us out there. That area is not set up for electric. CREC would have to install some new electric infrastructure out there to supply that. Things like dumpster. I mean, the thing's going to have a dumpster out there, and all the concerns that come with stench from a dumpster or animals crawling in and out of a dumpster. A big one is going to be wastewater. An RV park of that size is going to be a significant wastewater concern. We don't know if he's planning a lagoon. He thought that maybe he would do like an aerobic septic system from one of my neighbors that did call and talk to him. But I don't know how that would work for a RV park that size. Just south of that property a little ways runs Stillwater Creek. And so I think that there would be some environmental concerns with that. I've reached out to the DEQ to talk with them about it, but they haven't called me back yet. So that's on my list of things to do, is to keep calling that office. And then just the fact that Sanger Bend Road itself, which is a dirt gravel road, is not made for that level of traffic. It's not just Sanger Bend Road, but it's also, I believe it's Virginia Virginia's gonna run right into the entrance of this RV park. So none of those roads are set up for that kind of traffic. And then just things like speaking with other people that have had things like this go in, RV parks specifically, go in next to their properties, you start seeing a lot of just foot traffic coming in and out there. And I don't want to be a stereotypical person, but I think that it's kind of goes without saying that certain kinds of developments tend to attract certain types of people living there, and so I have concerns about what kinds of people would be living in this RV park. I mean, to put it bluntly, I don't want a big drug problem on the backside of my fence, you know, things like that. I don't want regular disturbances of the peace, so to speak. So I have spoke to a lot of my neighbors. Everybody that I have spoke to so far or heard back from is against this. There's not been one person that has said that they're okay with this. I know through speaking with you guys and other people that our options are very limited. It is a rural area. We live in rural areas to be able to enjoy certain freedoms. And so I know that there's not a whole lot that at least I can do, and maybe even all of us neighbors can do to put the brakes on this thing. But I wanted to come here and speak up because I do feel like it's important for as much as we live in an area where we enjoy certain freedoms, that also comes with the responsibility of respecting other people's freedoms. Being a neighborly person, not just in town in the neighborhood, but also when you're out in the country, to be a good neighbor to your fellow landowners. And when Jack and Jodelle Stout, who they were dairy people, he was a dairy inspector. He went around the state inspecting dairies. He ran cattle on that land behind us. He adhered to the concept of this is an agricultural area, and we do agricultural activities out there. I knew him through my work. And I do not think that this is something that he would have been okay with at all, having on his land. So I don't like to come and present a problem and air grievances about it without also coming with a possible solution. Like I said a minute ago, I don't have a good solution because of the limitations of what I can affect in this situation. But what I would say, just on a principle level, is I do think that there should be something, and this is where I'm ignorant to county laws, procedures, or it may be beyond that, maybe state level type stuff. But I do believe that people should be able to live out that Oklahoma dream, so to speak, of when you think about living in rural Oklahoma, you don't think about living next to an RV park. You think about living next to cows, but you don't think about an RV park. And so not just me, my neighbors knew that at any point that property could change hands. This was not, we were aware that we needed to keep an eye on things at some point in the future. We weren't dumb about that. And some of these landowners reached out to the son to offer to buy the property, and he refused. So I don't want to sit here and say that we were just ignorant of the whole situation. We weren't. But and some of them tried to stop it early. But I do feel like there should be something for those of us who live in rural areas to protect our way of life. That there should be some sort of checks on developments that happen within a certain proximity, and I'm not going to sit here and try and define what that would be, but within a reasonable proximity of a living dwelling, that there should be checks on what can go in there and how much it affects existing people in an area. And that could be something, that can be a scale thing of depending on how many people live in that area. But I just feel like just blanket allowing anything to happen anywhere actually is a detriment to the underlying concept of being able to live rurally, agriculturally, to live that dream. And we've heard in other areas of the state where people buy their dream property and build their forever home. And then a few years later, some kind of development or industry goes in and ruins it. And there's nothing they can do about it. So, like I said, I don't have a solution. I wish I did. I wish I could come with an idea, and I don't have one. But I do feel like there's considerations that should be taken in these kinds of situations. So, I think that's all I have to say for now, anyway. And I might be back at a later date if I have more constructive things to talk about, but at least for now. Thank you.
Appreciate you coming and stating your frustrations.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Are there any other miscellaneous items from the audience? Yes.
I probably could have just handled this myself, but,
Can you state your name for the record, please?
treasurer, thank you. The third floor door, as people walk up the stairs, for people who like to get the exercise, is locked. And we need to unlock it as we move up there so our patrons can have easy access. Well, sure, can I have all those
You can
keys?
have them all. Take them all if you want. There you go. That one should get you there. Might need an Allen wrench. so I don't, am Allen wrenches in my
to
office,
keep it in line.
to like permanently
You know,
unlock it.
I mean, this is something that's just been expressed to us. I
Okay.
think after the meeting, if I need an Allen wrench,
Okay.
I'm not that
So
mechanical.
we're not completely open to the public yet, are we?
No, we're
Okay,
not.
So that's
And-
why it's still locked.
Okay,
So-
but we have to take the official deposit today,
Correct,
and
all
so
right.
we've had, I didn't know it was locked. Okay,
Yeah.
that's it.
Okay.
I'll sit down.
Any other miscellaneous items from the audience? Hearing none, we'll move on. Item 5A, discussion possible action use of courthouse lawn for peaceful protest on February 3rd, 2026. This is from Heather, I don't know how to pronounce the last name. Eagle?
Echo. Sounds like it.
The event is for Marcy's Law hearing, and they're wanting to peacefully protest and using the Payne County Courthouse lawn on the 3rd of February from 2:30 to 5:30.
Sheriff Harper, anything that date? Forecasting anything that we got maybe going on that I know of? I don't know anything, just wanna make sure.
Hearing, court hearing.
Okay.
Is there any discussion? I would entertain a motion.
I will make a motion to approve this, peaceful protest for February 3rd from 2:30 PM to 5:30 PM at Payne County Courthouse lawn for the east, like courtyard area, east to northeast courtyard area.
Second.
Motion has been made and seconded to authorize the short-term public use of real county property for the said purpose. Any other discussion? All in favor, Commissioner Markham?
Yes.
Commissioner Conley?
Yes.
Commissioner Kevin votes yes. Item B, discussion possible action, estimate by Lambert Construction for county clerk security window at Payne County Administration Building.
Yeah, this is, been working with, Clerk Craig for about a month or so, with her crew on getting, estimates and quotes. And at the end of the ordeal, this is the one, that came out, that, she would like to, we would like to put forward for putting in security windows, very similar to up there on the 3rd floor, in her little area right here. So, any questions? I would be using, through the ARPA interest is what I would request for funding, so I should make that on record.
Out of the 100,000.
100,000 to, yes, that area, yes, yeah. That's correct, thank you.
Are you making a motion?
Not yet, I just wanted a few questions, I will in a second, so. I would make a motion to approve this estimate from Lambert Construction for the amount of $14,944 using ARPA interest.
Second.
Motion has been made and seconded to approve the use of $14,944 of ARPA interest money to have a security window placed in the county clerk's office. Any other discussion?
There will be a pre-construction meeting with them as usual. So is there anything you would like me to add in there, Commissioner Cabot, in this, or Commissioner Markham, in this pre-construction meeting, as I move forward with this with them?
As I'm sure you're already doing, just to communicate on that with the clerk.
Okay.
Are they gonna be able to work weekends?
They're gonna try to work both weekends and during days. They're gonna try to put up a
Temporary wall?
dust shield, I guess, does that make sense? Something, or a dust wall, whenever they start going in there, if it's during work times. But as we get further into details, we've told them preferably when people are not here, but
What's the timeframe?
Clerk, we don't know yet, haven't got that far yet. I just wanted to, so Clerk Craig she's aware that it could be during weekdays as well, and her staff is too. So, well, I'm assuming they do. So I know I've talked to Clerk Craig several times about it.
And you got favor, Commissioner Markham,
Yes.
Commissioner Conley?
Yes.
And Commissioner Cavett votes yes. Item C, discussion possible action, notice cancellation of the 2026 Fair Board. It was, the county clerk made us aware that only single individuals filed for each district, number 1, 2, and 3. There is no need for an election, so there is a need now to cancel the 2026 Fair Board election.
I'll make a motion to cancel the 2026 federal election.
Second. Motion has been made and seconded. Any other further discussion? Just so everybody knows, Roy Blankenship is the only one that filed for District 1, so he will be a Fair Board representative. Roger Saws, District 2, and Thomas Walraven, District 3. All in favor of canceling the 2026 Fair Board election, Commissioner Markham?
Yes.
Commissioner Conley?
Yes.
Commissioner Cavett votes yes. Item D, discussion of possible action, indigent cremation assistance request. It was discovered that this individual does in fact own real estate, and I had forwarded this to our assistant district attorney, and it's my understanding by his reply that he would not qualify as he owns real estate. I don't know if you all took the time to read the letter submitted by Strode, but they are dissatisfied with our procedure to vet that some of these individuals either do or don't qualify for this assistance.
Well, I think there's several avenues for them to get assistance from the VA, because he was a veteran, and so forth too. I think there's avenues for them to get assistance.
So, I would entertain a motion.
So this is for denying the assistance. I'll make a motion to deny the assistance for this cremation.
Second.
Motion has been made and seconded to deny the assistance request for indigent cremation due to the fact that he owns real estate. Any other discussion?
Actually, I do, and I don't know if this is the letter that they sent to us. Had some major, like some of the wording he used or they used, I don't want to say he, their company, the second to last paragraph. And I don't know how this works, but where he says be forced to decline to respond to calls by the sheriff or other agencies in fear of being stuck with the body. Do we have concerns? Like, what is that? How does that typically work? I know that they call on calls, and I don't know what the sheriff, like that they would just not call and send somebody, you know what I'm saying? Or they just won't take them, Strode, or just refuse them?
Well, there's probably 4 or 5 funeral homes in the county.
Yeah, that's what I was.
Others are,
Okay.
I'm sure, willing to
Okay.
take care of it, and that's not what we want.
No,
but,
I just didn't know, want to make sure that that's, no, I'm all together.
Yeah.
I just, his pretty strong language there,
Yeah, it was
so.
pretty standoffish on his reply, but I don't think it ought to be easy to get free money.
Mhm. I agree, so, all right.
All right. Any other discussion? All in favor, Commissioner Markham,
Yes.
Commissioner Conley?
Yes.
And Commissioner Cavett votes yes. Item E, discussion possible action, appointment of commissioner, representative, and member at large to the Project Heart Board. My understanding that there should be 2 members, we have currently a member at large. Oh, that's below. Commissioner representatives and a member at large. So we're to have 2 members at large and 2 commissioner representatives, I believe. And it does not have to be the commissioner. It can be somebody who commissioners appoint for that, so.
two commissioner representatives, or?
I was on it this past year, so I had no problem being on it again. I went to a couple of their meetings. Again, I couldn't make all of it. Sometimes they had, or video stuff, but it's a good group of people. I got no problem. If that's okay with the board, being one of the representatives again, unless you guys have different ideas. So I'm down with whatever, so.
Well, as long as we're being represented well. But how often they meet, quarterly?
Quarterly.
And you made,
Two.
you made two?
Yeah. I was not a stellar representative being there all the time, I can tell you that, so, but if there are concerns about that, then if you got somebody else that wants to be there, I got no problem being it again, or if there's concerns on this board of that, just let me know, so, but.
I think the deal is if you can't make it, you need to let somebody else know. I think they can maybe go in their place. And that's what I tried to do, so who we have on there.
Right. It's probably just poor communication on my part, or just, which is probably just forgetting, so it's not an excuse, in this position, that's, so.
You'll strive to make all the meetings?
Yeah, but if you got somebody else, like I said, I enjoyed it, they're a really nice group of people, but if you guys have somebody else that, feel that can be there more than I could, and no position to argue that, so.
I wouldn't mind as a second representative.
So I would entertain motion then, for Commissioner Conley to be first, and then, Commissioner Markham to be first alternate, and I'll be the second alternate.
I make a motion that Commissioner Conley be the, first representative, I'll be the first alternate, and, Commissioner Kevin is the second alternate.
Second.
Motion has been made and seconded to appoint Commissioner Conley as the commissioner representative, having Commissioner Markham as the first alternate, Commissioner Kevin as the second alternate. All in favor, Commissioner Markham?
Yes.
Commissioner Conley?
Yes.
Commissioner Kevin votes yes. Now, the member at large, anybody have any?
I guess that's Jim Arthur at this point.
Well, yes.
Is that my
And
understanding?
I understand he has been stellar in attending all the meetings and such.
I make a motion just to, continue with, Jim Arthur as the member at large.
Second.
Motion has been made and seconded to continue with former Commissioner Jim Arthur as a member at large. Any other discussion? All in favor, Commissioner Markham?
Yes.
Commissioner Conley?
Yes.
Commissioner Kevin votes yes. Now, it says Board of County Commissioners, Payne County have appointed, blank to serve as Payne County member at large, and blank to serve as Payne County Commissioner representative, so I guess that would be you first, and then you second.
Okay.
I don't think that's the way it is. I think you can serve it in his absence, but I think they're wanting actually two commission representatives.
Oh, to go?
Yes, to every meeting. Is there another? Somebody? Sean, talk to him. Yep, two commissioner reps, she already texted me. Two commissioner reps and one member at large, they would like to keep them on. So we need another commissioner representative.
Okay, well,
Joe,
I'm not commissioner.
you're a representative. Any ideas?
I mean,
It can be two commissioners.
Big fan?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I guess it's the two of us then,
Okay.
and you're the alternate.
Then, waive to have Commissioner Markham serve as the other commissioner representative.
So amend the motion or make a new motion?
I don't care, how's the minutes gonna be?
However y'all wanna do it.
We can amend the motion.
You made it, so you gotta amend it then.
Okay, I amend the motion to, for the two commissioner representatives, Commissioner Conley and Commissioner Markham, and that is all.
Second.
Has been made and seconded, I'll just do it all in one big deal. To appoint Commissioner Markham and Commissioner Conley as the commissioners' representatives, and to retain Jim Arthur as the member at large for the Project Parks Board. All in favor, Commissioner Markham?
Yes.
Commissioner Conley?
Yes.
And Commissioner Cavanaugh votes yes. All right. Item F, discussion on the Payne County radio system.
Last week, they, finished the ARC site base station functional testing. And then they've been working on, in progress with the ARC site walk as well as the microwave testing. And there's a few things here and there they're also working on, like starting to work on console installs at the Cushing Dispatch Center.
Is there completion time frame narrowing any?
Not yet. I'm hounding the network company, trying to get them to give me a deadline, but they're waiting on getting a timeline on parts before they can give me a deadline. So I'm working on trying to get a good timeline down.
We should be finished the first quarter of this year.
I'm gonna knock on wood. I hope.
Okay. All right. Anything else?
Sir, thank you.
Thank you. Any ingress egress agreements?
None.
We have some appointment of requisitioning receiving officers, one for District 3. And the change, current receiving officers is Alex Wheatley. New receiving officers is,
Paradon Driscoll.
well, there was two changes, just one didn't have a signature.
April Kennedy isn't actually a change.
It wasn't on current receiving.
Right, but she is a current receiving officer,
Oh,
they
I'm
just
sorry.
filled it incorrectly.
Okay,
Sorry.
so,
So that's why
Paradon
hers
Driscoll.
was signed.
So it's adding Paradon Driscoll to the new receiving officers. Solid waste, adding, I'm sure it's the same there, Kennedy is?
Yes.
Okay. Adding Paradon Driscoll and removing Alex Wheaton?
Yes.
Okay. And for the sheriff's office, looks like all gonna be the same, just updating the year?
It's a new account.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
new
new
account.
account.
Okay.
It's the FEMA,
Okay.
that's not account.
I'd entertain a motion for the three requisitioning receiving officer appointments.
I make a motion to approve the, requisitioning and receiving officers.
Second.
Motion has been made and seconded to approve the requisitioning and receiving officers, for District 3 solid waste and FEMA FMAG. As presented, any other discussion? All in favor, Commissioner Markham?
Yes.
Commissioner Conley?
Yes.
Commissioner Cavanaugh votes yes. Any cash appropriations?
I have none.
We have some fire department pre-requisitions here, from Ripley to Napa. Some Napa invoices totaling $1,709.28. We've already got invoices on these?
Yes, sir. So what happened, as you all know, we're going through growing pains and trying to expand right now. And the officer that did the Napa purchases, we miscommunicated. He thought I said I did get a blanket in. I said I did not. And so he was running on the blankets that we're trying to keep open every month at Napa. I was just too late to get that month's in. So he thought that they were open, they weren't, so now we're trying to remedy that fact and making sure that that won't happen again, because I've got it on my phone now to turn them in the middle of the month now. So we'll always keep blankets open. This was just an oops and miscommunication that we're hoping we can fix.
We have one for the Yale Fire Department to Pinkwood Management, Lieutenant Plan and Development Maintenance for a total of $972. Yale to GeoSafe Mobile Services for $5,000. Yale Fire for fire training for 4 individuals, totaling $6,800.
Make a motion to approve fire department pre-requisition request upon signature. Chairman of the board, sign on behalf of the board.
Second.
Motion has been made and seconded to approve the pre-requisition request by the fire departments authorizing chairman to sign on behalf. Any other discussion? All in favor, Commissioner Markham?
Yes.
Commissioner Conley?
Yes.
Commissioner Cavanaugh votes yes. Item K, purchase orders.
Purchase orders to be paid today are $178,894.30.
Make a motion to approve purchase orders upon signature.
Second.
Motion has been made and seconded to approve purchase orders upon signature. Any other discussion? All in favor, Commissioner Markham?
Yes.
Commissioner Conley?
Yes.
Commissioner Cavanaugh votes yes. Item K1, any blanket purchase orders?
I have none.
Item I, monthly reports of officers.
Yes. I have one for the Sheriff's Department for December, an ending depository balance of $65,771.73.
Motion to acknowledge report.
Second.
Motion has been made and seconded to acknowledge the monthly report submitted by the Sheriff's Department. Any other discussion? All in favor, Commissioner Markham?
Yes.
Commissioner Conley?
Yes.
And Commissioner Cavanaugh votes yes. Item 6, public announcement from the board.
We got the treasurer's departments closed today, around 10, about 20 minutes. They're going to be closed down. They sent out notifications because we are moving them up today. The IT department is down there getting ready to shut them down and move their server. And then I have, for half a day, I have some movers coming in to start moving their desk and all that stuff to try to get them up and ready for business tomorrow. So, and then eventually we will get the election board moved down there. But so I just want to make sure, put that on record that they were doing that today.
Any industrial access permits or road crossings?
None.
Item 8, any new business? Hearing none. We will begin signing documents. Thank you all for being here. Yeah.
Yes.
And in the sheriff's department and also I mixed them up on my water bills. I was trying to get those, hadn't told me that, and I gave it to the night deputy that runs around over there. And I heard the phone ding, and I rolled over and looked, and I go, motion to take that station. It's a female. Who's going into my station? You know, I saw it, I was like, oh, okay, we're good now, but it scared the snot out of me that first time, man.
I'm in the board commission meeting, so I'm here.
so I think it can be submitted with it as to why it's not done properly.
Yeah.
Probably. Okay.
Then I will get that tied up, but you just want me to bring it to Tyler, so you
Yeah.
bring it to Tyler.
Okay.
Awesome, thanks, sir.
Thank you.
Yeah. Right. 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 I mean, I've heard multiple, stories of RV parks turn into trailer parks.
Yeah.
Because it's a matter of simple economics. He's gonna need to sell spots. He'll sell to whoever's paying money.
Oh, yeah.
I will call I will call this special meeting of the Payne County Economic Development Authority meeting to order. We do have minutes of December 8th, 2025.
Motion to approve minutes from December 8th, 2025.
Second.
Motion has been made and seconded to approve the minutes as presented. Any other discussion? All in favor, trustee Markham?
Yes.
Trustee Conway?
Yes.
Trustee Cabot votes yes. Item 3, discussion possible action financial audit engagement letter for the year ending in December 31st, 2025. This is an engagement letter by CBEW, who does our auditing for the Economic Development Authority. And before they can begin this audit, we do have to sign this engagement letter.
Mr. Move, sorry. Did not see it.
I make a motion to approve the engagement letter.
Second.
Motion has been made and seconded to approve the engagement letter. Engage CBEW professional group to perform an audit on the Payne County Economic Development Authority accounts. Any other discussion? All in favor, trustee Markham?
Yes.
Trustee Conley?
Yes.
Need to authorize chairman to sign.
With the chairman sign on behalf of the amended.
Second.
Motion has been made and seconded to approve to engage CBEW professional group to perform the audit on our Payne County Economic Development Authority, authorizing the chairman to sign the engagement letter on behalf of the board. All in favor, Commissioner Markham? Or
Yes.
Trustee Markham?
Yes.
Trustee Conley?
Yes.
And trustee Cabot votes yes. I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
Make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Motion has been made and seconded to adjourn the Economic Development Authority meeting. Trustee Markham?
Yes.
Trustee Conley?
Yes.
Trustee Cabot votes yes.
Oh, sorry, Zach. That's me.
Oh,
I'm just forwarding you the stuff for those 2 meetings. Okay. Oh, now we can sign yours. Oh, there we go. Okay, I make a motion to reconvene.
Second.
motion has been made and seconded to reconvene the Board of County Commissioners meeting. All in favor, Commissioner Markham?
Yes.
Commissioner Conley?
Yes.
Commissioner Cabot votes yes.
Just those three for meetings.
Here, here's those.
Okay.
If you'll keep them, and could they be scanned and sent to Sean so she can get them CB'd? Thank you.
first, you're going to?
No, because the member at large was the first one on there instead of the commissioner representative.
Yeah, Jim Arthur.
Yeah, you put Jim right there. I think
She'd probably reprint that.
yeah, did you reprint it?
I think Shauna printed that.
I don't have a copy of it, so I can't reprint it.
All I have, Shauna.
I pursued the new one. I didn't read all the corrections. I just like fill it in.
I forgot, I do have a bunch of permits here.
Oh, you have so we need to go back up to permits, huh? Oh, you forgot? How did you forget that?
Missed one meeting, I get out of the groove.
Hey, I guess we'll go back to the.
You send that project work document to,
Send it to me, and I'll go print it off.
Seth, so he can print it off there. We
I must already have
put
it.
in the wrong spot. Okay, send it to Seth, he'll print it off, thank you. Okay, we're moving back up to, access permits. We have several from KMO. And, we have,
How many several?
I'll have to count, I think there's 28. And then we have one from Crown, or a few. We've been waiting on these for a while because they didn't want to get a bond for it. Okay, Crown is just submitting one. And that permit number is, IND-D1 of the 2026 dash. They were paying $4,000. And it's, southeast of Underwood on Airport. And they do have their 4,000. And then we have, yes, 28 from KMO. Permit number IND-D1 2026-2 through 29. And we are waiving the access fee for this, but we are requiring some bond. That's what I'm presenting.
What's our new light now?
Is to waive the fee came up, but we are requiring the repair of one. Once the whole project's done and the roads are restored, they will release the money. So I would entertain a motion to approve the 29, access permits.
Make a motion to approve the 29 access permits for District 1.
Second.
Motion has been made and seconded. Any further discussion? All in favor, Commissioner Markham?
Yes.
Commissioner Conley?
Yes.
And Commissioner Cavanaugh.
Have you come through yet? You pop up and play on my phone.
probably come in and pick that up. Release is only to whoever signed it or company representative.
Okay.
And then he can sign it.
Yes, I have it all ready and I know where it's at. They never came by last week. Somebody called and said they're gonna stop by and they didn't. Doesn't have like a person's name, it just has like company name on it,
Somebody had to sign it.
so. Oh, the same person's gonna pick it up, maybe.
Hopefully that's what we need to make sure.
Okay.
That's what we need. It's too big of a check.
Oh, yeah.
I can't cover that one, so.
election this last Tuesday, you know, for Tyburn's old seat that's going against.
Travis Dillon,
Okay.
for Dillon Travis, yeah.
For them,
So he's going up against,
Luke Cruz. Luke Cruz.
Yeah.
I had Luke Cruz when he was in grade school.
oh, yeah. Okay.
Oh, I just had him when he was in grade school.
He's
I
a
just-
teacher?
He's a teacher now, but he was a kid. I had him when he was a kid.
Yeah, but you was a teacher?
I was the computer lab teacher.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I can't find anything on Keystone.
Okay.
This one up there, and Doug, I'm not, but, I did say something to Seth, and I told him he needed to go to those boxes. Candy's pretty sure if it's in there, it's in a box upstairs.
Okay.
Because all that stuff that was in Gloria's, all those filing cabinets, was in Gloria's office, which is probably where it's at, should be in a box up there.
Okay.
It's really talking, there it is. I went up there and saw her and barely breathe now.
Yeah.
Oh, it's terrible. My breath should just covered. I went up there and I've got nothing set.
Oh, no, that's fine. She did it all the time.
She did,
Yeah,
this
she
is
did.
paper money?
I don't think so. No, we just has to stamp that.
Last time I went up there and I don't have anything. So, but if you're gonna look in all those boxes up there, and it was signed in 2010, and it should be. So,
The road use agreement?
I think so. That's what was in the minutes.
Okay. In 2010?
It was
I knew it
2010.
was in that area somewhere.
Yeah, those are the minutes that Kyle had found.
Okay.
So you can see anything that's marked in that area, Seth, 2010, 2009 to 2011, probably in those boxes up there. Any idea when you guys are gonna go up there and try to clean it up, get the dust off everything?
Yes, we're working on hopefully next week or so.
Okay, so I was just up there and I'm, it's on my mind. So
I'm with
you
you.
guys have got some clean people.
There's
John.
dust everywhere, yes.
Yes. And then I can really get a good look at my books and see what they look like, and what I need to do to clean them up.
Did, Darren Gerber say they'd help on that sign? They didn't say, or
They
they?
have not replied back yet.
Oh, I thought you said that they weren't gonna help you with it.
So without, they're not gonna help me, they're not gonna give me like to redo it. They're gonna charge me to redo it, but I've asked them to do a discount with their logo on there. They've not given me an answer to that yet.
So I would say you guys have to pay for a whole nother one,
Yes,
unless they give you the discount.
correct, yes.
All right, I'm going back. I gotta go upstairs, wash my hands. You got stuff I can take with me? Thanks. Thanks.
Shouldn't this close the BKL out?
There's two $52,000.
Oh, okay, that's about.
Yeah, so No,
Think it was harmless?
as long as you have some kind of,
Yeah, I had it right.
something that's fine.
But I just didn't do it right, but it's hitting edge of the paper.
Do I? Oh.
Make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Commission made and seconded to adjourn, all in favor, Commissioner Martin?
Yes.
Conley?
Yes.
Mr. Kevin votes yes.
You know, have a great day.
You as well. I will get to that nothing else after.
You were missed last week.
Say what?
You were missed last week. Seth did a good job.
Yeah, good.
I only skipped one line. What line was it that I skipped last week? Do you remember that? I tried to skip one
It's hard.
item.
Gotta get the groove and mark them off. I mark them off after they're done, anyway. But I've jumped ahead of myself, that's the line myself.
Just skipped one item, but rather caught it. So this is a new application?
Newer, we implemented
So it's
that.
not this one?
No, I think it's the same one. That's
Oh.
just the original front stroke.
This is?